All right. Welcome back to another episode of Matt Chat. I am your host, Coach Cala. If you're new here, this is my NCAA Wrestling show where I talk NCAA Wrestling, live matches, and for this series I'm starting right now, what just happened, the most controversial calls in NCAA Wrestling history, I'm super excited about. So again, I'm your host, Coach Cala PE teacher, marathon runner, HYROX athlete, wrestling coach, and NCAA wrestling fanatic. I also like the Olympics and stuff, but there is way too much info that goes into that. But for today's episode, we're kicking off for March Madness, the all-time most controversial call, I would say, in the last 15, 20 years. I know there's other ones from 05, 03, and tons of crazy matches that's happened before and after. But if you ask anyone, like I would say 20 to 75 years old, who is a real wrestling fan, knows college wrestling, they will all know the two names, Jordan Oliver and Logan Stieber. If you've heard about them, type it in the chat right now. Stieber versus Oliver. Episode 1. So just to paint a little picture, this is one of the most controversial calls in NCAA wrestling history. Logan Stieber is a redshirt freshman. Jordan Oliver is the returning champ from 2011. It is the year 2012. I was just about 15 years old, maybe 16, and I was a sophomore in high school watching this match, and I'm thinking to myself, how was that not 2 at the end of the match for Jordan Oliver? Insane, right? So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to do some previews of the match, or reviews of the match, I should say, since it's really old, and then we're going to get into what I think, what should have happened, and just show some clips from there. But yeah, if you don't know who Jordan Oliver is, he's one of the best wrestlers ever. He's a 2-time NCAA champion. With this win over, if he won this match over Logan Stieber, he would have been one of the few 3-time NCAA champs for John Smith, arguably the greatest American wrestler of all time, at Oklahoma State, where now David Taylor, who's a former Penn State wrestler, is the new head coach at Oklahoma State, also an Olympic champ. So David Taylor's one of the best, and he got passed down from John Smith. All right. So we're going to get right into it. Again, if you're listening right now, awesome. Hoping the series works out well. I'm really excited to do it. I try to take some notes just so I can break it down a little bit. So I'm looking at my phone a little bit. If you're keep asking me, what am I looking at? But yeah, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to show the match. I'm going to show some of it so I don't get copyrighted. But I'm going to type it on YouTube. Logan Stieber versus Jordan Oliver. Again, 2012, true freshman. Redshirt freshman versus sophomore. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Man, I just can't play any of their volume. Now, the biggest thing is at the end of the match. Was Logan Stieber taken down by Jordan Oliver? That's what we're looking for, and I would like to know what you think in the comments below. So really quick, this is Logan Stieber on the left, one of the at the time, NCAA wrestlers ever with 4 NCAA championships. He joined Pat Smith, Cale Sanderson, Kyle Dake, and that he was the 4th one at the time. I think, in 2016. He actually wrestled one of Connecticut's best ever, Kevin Jack, his senior year, which was sick. So I'm going to take a sip of water, and we'll get right into it. Now, Logan Stieber was way ahead of his time with his Top Game wrestling. And Jordan Oliver, even Jordan Burroughs just came out saying, Jordan Burroughs is one of the best wrestlers ever, just came out saying that he looks to Jordan Oliver when to talk about great wrestling. Jordan Oliver really knows his stuff. He was one of my favorite wrestlers to watch, just because he's so quick and his stance was just so nice. Like, he was just such a beast. All right, let's see what we got, everybody. We got Jordan Oliver right here. Logan Stieber. Logan Stieber was a beast, top wrestler. Oh, I already missed the takedown. So just watch how quick Oliver attacks Stieber. It's like right off the whistle. In today's world, they probably wouldn't call this a takedown. They'll say reaction time. But this is what wrestling used to be like, kids, if you're watching. This was 2012. Watch how quick he takes him down. They tie up nice. I mean, look at this crowd. No one's on their phone. Over tie, slide by. No. Why can't I see it? Over tie, slide by. Ref is behind him right here. Oliver's on top of him. One hand is down on the mat. Is that 2? I would say so. But let's keep watching. Once he got that second hand down for a second is when this ref calls 2. And yes, for you newbies, it used to be 2 up until a few years ago. So he got 2 there. Oliver goes on to win the rest of this period 2-1. And that brings us into the second period where Stieber gets a quick escape right about here. He gets up really quick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just about 7 seconds it took for Logan Stieber to get up. Unreal. Got his feet, hips up, feet away, tucked his head, cut and face into his opponent, which was nice. Oliver does a great job keeping his head-hand defense so nobody could shoot, or so Stieber couldn't shoot right off the whistle. If I make it big like that, oh, that's so much better. Now I can see both screens perfectly. All right. Now we're close to where the controversy happens. If you're watching right now and you remember this match, comment in the chat if you thought it was 2. But I'm going to fast forward a little bit because it's 2-2 right now. We're at the end of the period. Look at this beautiful high single. Stieber almost took down Oliver earlier in the match, but Oliver fought off his hands. Where was my notes? Right about here. Takes him. He's wrestling. He's wrestling tough. So they're wrestling tough, hand fighting, fixing his headgear. Where is it? Right here. He gets into his high single leg, I believe. It's right here. Yeah, here it is. He gets his mat whizzer in. Jordan Oliver is holding his shin. Logan Stieber, big lift into that high single. Oliver does a great job staying calm, cool, collected, fighting those hands, keeping close to the body. When he goes the kick, no 2 there, which is, I would say, a little controversial. Then he gets his 2. Beautiful takedown with 15 seconds left to go in the second period. Started the third period. Oliver gets a quick escape. It is 4-3. 90 seconds left in the match. And they're just wrestling tough right now. Again, if you're new to wrestling, Jordan Oliver is a returning champ, won it his sophomore year. I think he took 3rd as a freshman. This is his junior year versus redshirt freshman. I think he was only 20 years old here, Logan Stieber, so he's still really young. He's only, he's just a young freshman, no matter redshirt or true freshman. Oliver goes in for a tough shot. Oh, wait, I went too far back. 20 seconds left. Oliver's going in deep with a tough shot. They're wrestling. No 2 yet. Logan Stieber does a great job. So right there, no takedown. Nothing happened there. They're restarting with 11 seconds left in the match. Defending champion Jordan Oliver is so close to winning his match and becoming a 2-timer. 2 in a row. 8 seconds left in on a double leg. 7 seconds left. Head is trapped right here. In on the inside single, swimming across for that double leg, or head inside single, I should say. Swimming across for that double leg. Cannot pop his head here, though. So I would say this is no 2 yet. This is late in the match. This is the NCAA Finals. The ref has one of the hardest jobs in the world right here. No 2 yet. 6 seconds. No 2 yet. I would say it's not 2 yet because his head is not popping out right here. However, watch what happens with Logan Stieber right here, because it looks like he's on his bottom. And usually when you get to your glutes, it's usually 2, or in today's world, 3. Now, 3 seconds left. 2, 1. What else could Jordan Oliver have done in that position? How is that not a takedown, everybody? What just happened? That is one of the craziest, most controversial calls I've ever witnessed. Only because they're going to tell me his head wasn't popped out. Stieber is not wrestling at all in this position. And I'm a big Logan Stieber fan. Enjoyed watching him. I really enjoyed watching Jordan Oliver a little bit more. But what is he supposed to do here when the other person is not wrestling? They could have called a stalemate with 8 seconds left, but no. He has his hands locked under his legs, pushing him down onto his glutes. I mean, this is a takedown in my eyes. One more time. And again, this is before replay. It's funny. If you read the comment sections, everybody says this is what started replay. Look how mad Jordan Oliver is. Look at that eye. Oh, he's like, I'm going to mess you up, ref. No way. How is this not 3 or 2? How is this not 2? Attacking him. Okay, no 2 there. No 2 there. I would say no 2 here, right? Not on his bottom yet. He just swam across to the ankle. Pretty bad body lock from Logan Stieber. Again, he would destroy me. I mean, it's not funny. But he should probably reach for the crotch, maybe go for a funk roll or a leg pass onto this far ankle right here. But he scoots back. If I'm wrestling one of my wrestlers and I scoot back on my butt like this, whether they're 5 or 15, they're going to think they took down Coach. How? I don't understand. What else is Jordan Oliver supposed to do? How can he pop his head when the guy's squeezing him like that? Because if he keeps going forward and puts him on his back, that would be 3 or 2. I don't know, chat. I think the referee robbed Jordan Oliver in that match. I don't know what just happened. I'm really happy Logan Stieber became a 4-time champ, but that was one of the craziest calls I've ever seen. All of these Oklahoma State fans are absolutely not happy. I just don't know how this isn't 3. What is he supposed to do right there? Crazy. So crazy. Now, as a coach, I would probably be so excited for my wrestler saying he got that win. The ref helped me out there. I probably wouldn't be too excited, but it is the national championships. These are some of the best wrestlers in the world going at it. I don't know. You're going to let me know in the comment section if you thought Jordan Oliver versus Logan Stieber was a takedown in the 2012 NCAA Wrestling Finals. Did Oliver have that takedown? Appreciate you all watching. This week's a huge week for me. We're going to do NCAA Wrestling Match Chat tonight. Tomorrow, I'll do another video. I'm going to talk about the biggest upsets in NCAA wrestling history. I'll probably do 3. I'll do Gable Stevenson versus Wyatt Hendrickson, Spencer Lee versus Matt Ramos, and, of course, the legend Dan Gable, who's arguably one of the best American wrestlers of all time. And comment below if you know who Dan Gable lost to way back in the day. I'm your host, Coach Cala. Really appreciate you all being joining me. If you want to follow me, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow for more fitness educational content, HYROX videos, NCAA wrestling videos. I'm a big fan of it, and this is the biggest weekend in NCAA wrestling with March Matness happening. Way better than March Madness. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow. See you, everybody.